This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets. The Yamal-Europe pipeline that usually delivers Russian gas to Western Europe was sending the fuel back to Poland for an 8th straight day on Tuesday, according to data from German network operator Gascade. Data showed flows at the Malno metering point on the German-Polish border were going east into Poland at an hourly volume of nearly 1.2 million kilowatt-hour per hour, on Tuesday morning, down from around 2 million kilowatt-hours overnight. The pipeline is a major route for Russian gas exports to Europe.
China plans to approve the safety of more genetically modified, GMO corn varieties produced by domestic companies, the Agriculture Ministry said late on Monday. The move comes after Beijing last month proposed an overhaul of regulatory seed rules to pave the way for approval of GMO crops and as top policymakers urged progress in biotech breeding, seen as key to ensuring food security. The three new corn products include produced by China National Tree Seed Corp and China Agricultural University, Jada Ruifeng 8, made by Hangzhou Ruifeng Biotech Co. and from Beijing Debeinong Biotechnology County, according to the notice posted on the website of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
Oil prices extended gains on Tuesday, with Brent crude trading near $80 a barrel despite the rapid spread of the Omicron coronavirus variant, supported by supply outages and expectations that U.S. inventories fell last week. Brent crude rose by $1.04, or 1.3%, to $79.64 a barrel by 11:19 GMT. U.S. West Texas Intermediate, WTI, crude rose $1.15, or 1.5%, to $76.72. Both contracts traded at their highest in a month.
The development of Iran's largest oilfield, Azadegan, is to be completed by mid-2023 with a total production of 320,000 barrels per day, BPD, the Iranian oil ministry said on Tuesday. The report came as indirect talks between Iran and the United States on salvaging the 2015 Iran nuclear deal resumed on Monday, with Tehran focused on lifting sanctions to allow it to sell oil without hindrance and collect its revenue. With the completion of the development project of this field, crude oil production will reach 320,000 barrels per day from the field, said Mohsen Khojastemeh, CEO of the National Iranian Oil Co. NIOC, according to the ministry's Twitter account.
Next, we have the top news in metal markets.
China's net gold imports via Hong Kong dropped 16.5% in November from the previous month, Hong Kong's Census and Statistics Department data showed on Tuesday, although analysts expect demand to pick up ahead of the Lunar New Year. Net imports stood at 45.321 tons in November compared with 54.262 tons in October, the data showed. Total gold imports via Hong Kong fell 12.3% to 50.672 tons from 57.804 tons the previous month. As China clamped down speculators and increased scrutiny of companies listed overseas, the demand for gold stayed on the verge. Copper prices in China hit a one-month high on Tuesday, helped by easing worries over the impact of the Omicron variant and hopes of continued policy support for economic growth in the world's top metals consumer. The most traded February copper contract on the Shanghai Futures Exchange ended daytime trading 1% higher at 70,450 yuan, $11,059.83, a ton. It had touched 70,870 yuan earlier in the day, the highest since November 26. Risk sentiment improved as early data showed that the new coronavirus variant may cause milder symptoms, analysts at Huatai Futures said in a note.
We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector.
Indonesia's crude palm oil output is expected to rise 2.6% next year to 51.01 million tons from a 2021 estimate of 49.71 million tons, head of the Estate Crop Fund Edi Abdurrahman said on Tuesday. Demand in 2022 for exports was seen rising to 27.9 million tons, versus 27.08 million tons expected in 2021. he said, with domestic demand seen increasing to 11.4 million tons next year, from an estimated 11.10 million in 2021. We expect that in 2022, palm production will start to recover, said Eddy, who added that production had been disrupted by weather patterns like El Niño and La Niña in 2020 and 2021, contributing to rising prices this year.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.